You know that? It's supposed to be broadcast. This, the RDCs.
All of ours,
Thank you, Michelle.
we've been doing it for a while. Right. Just because of some of the things that happen.
I love this job.
No, you don't. Some days are better than others.
Yes, some days are better than others, I hear.
Some days are better than others.
It's amazing what actually transpires inside of a stone building. Did you get my message? Don? He ain't listening?
Nope, nobody pays attention to you.
Obvious. Ask me if I give a fuck.
This feels like this is. You gotta watch these things. Hi, Mr. Carter. Hey, how are you? All right, man.
Thank you. I didn't bring nothing today but bad habits.
You brought your phone.
I did go look after you called.
Well, you don't need anything, do you?
I don't see.
I mean, the boys told me it didn't. And
Yeah.
I believe them, they do it.
Especially with the possibility of an upgrade.
Yeah. Just something we need to hold
I
up.
agree.
I mean, them boys work it every day. They know what it needs. And
Yeah.
I trust their
As
opinion.
long as we're not tearing it up because it's that bad.
And that rubber bubble ain't gonna hurt nothing. You wouldn't buy my breakfast, so I didn't come up here.
I would if you showed
You
up.
didn't tell me that on the phone. It hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. No, you're not. I'd go down to Gap Bars and eat a donut.
Yeah.
Then shop.
If you get a little different assortment, I'd go down there.
Right now, I'm not Yale.
There is a wiggle room in it, I'll let them know that.
Oh, I bet, I wouldn't want to go, I wouldn't want to take 20 down there and have it hanging.
I don't need it, but I don't know nothing about things.
All I know is when the wasps are fogging around, like mosquitoes, it's time to be
It's 10 inches longer than our well and our loader, our low boy. Won't fit.
It can be done, but it will be dangerous.
All we doing is generating problems.
20 seconds.
Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
And we've all got that.
Yeah.
All right, you can get up and start walking a little bit.
You gotta get the minutes.
Because it's time.
Yes, I call this meeting, the Orange County Solid Waste Management District to order.
And if you will, is your microphone on, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yours on?
Yes.
I don't know about that. Okay. We are called to order. First item on the agenda is approval of previous minutes.
Motion to approve as presented.
I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second.
Second.
Already got 2 seconds.
Even one of them.
Call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Approval of claims for the period.
Move to approve as presented.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. District Director's Report. Mr. Ron.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
We're going to start off with our regular agenda packet. We've got 3 things in. This is just our standard agenda packet. If you want to turn to page 11 in that. An update on our transfer station wheel stop hopper repairs. As I understand it, the work has been completed, and I believe the engineer is waiting on a final request for payment from the contractor, and once he receives that, if he'll approve it, send it to us for the final payment, which I'm estimating that to be at our August 26th board meeting. So, next one on the agenda, number 3, is the transfer station floor maintenance project. They're still in the evaluation phase of that. I did check to see how they may determine wear on that floor, and he said they would be bringing a laser level to check for the floor wear on that. So I know at one point they used the saw joints where they did the saw reliefs. They knew how much they put down to determine how much wear was there, so they're going to be checking that out. And one thing I did ask the engineer about as well is there a way to look at just replacing the places that might be worn down and leaving the rest of it without having to do the whole floor? And he says after they evaluate that certainly could be a possibility, which I think, Larry mentioned something at the last meeting, so we'll definitely be looking at that closely and considering if anything needs to be done, only replacing that which needs to be done if that's possible, so.
And I went out there Saturday, and I've been out there a couple times, talked to the guys out there. I looked at the floor. I don't think the floor is that bad. that's another one of those money-saving things we need to watch till we know what everything's gonna happen, but, I talked to Tommy and them guys out there that work it every day, and I've watched them. Watched them run and push everything in. The floor's not that bad. It's not catching anything. There's no lips. There's no nothing. You looked at it too, didn't you?
I did.
There's no. I just hate to see us spend the money if we don't need to.
Right.
We don't have. If it had big gouges in it and all that kind of stuff, I could see that. But the floor is really in good shape for as old as it is. Really surprising. And it's pretty slick where they've done the plate and the fill in with the.
Yeah, it matches well.
That's pretty slick, the ones that do that. And I watch that, and that rubber bumper makes a big difference because it don't catch nothing.
Yeah.
Which, I just don't, I'm not sure we need to do it. That's just my opinion. And maybe we could look at something down the road if we ever decide to expand and do it all at one time, where it's all one big chunk instead of a piece here and a piece here and a piece here. That's my opinion.
And, I agree. If it's something that, of course, when the engineer looks at it, I'll be bringing up, hey, how much, are we good to go without having to worry about it? I think the initial thing that sparked this was, before they did this new hopper replacement stuff, it was kind of getting close to the lip. But since they put that new strip in there, it's not close to that lip now. So, it may be where we don't have to do anything. So after this evaluation, we'll have a little better idea, so.
I try to think things simple if I can. You could take a 5-gallon bucket of water in there and pour it out and see where the low spots are and evaluate that in about 30 minutes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yep, and I'm hoping to have something by the 26th meeting. I don't know for sure at this point, but whether it's that one or maybe the following meeting, we'll have some stuff, so. All right, moving on to the vegetative waste grinding services, number 4 on the agenda. I did already discuss this at our last meeting. Basically, we had some concerns about a provision in the proposal from Bob Ray Company that was basically saying that if there was any damages to their equipment from concrete or metal that could be, found in that material, there's some of the responsibility for us to pay for that, so I needed more clarity, so I'm still waiting on them to send us something. Hopefully we'll have that by the 26th. I've reached out to a second contractor, Forest Commodities, to get a second proposal, and then I did reach out to a third one, Tri-State Forestry, and even a fourth one. So I'm trying to reach out to multiple ones to try to find us the best price. So I will say this, I do think the price may go up. I was talking to David over at the city. They, as well as us, we've seen more material come in with all these storms and stuff. So, we're probably going to see the price go up, so. You turn to page 12. A full-time position at the recycling center became vacant recently, and I'm requesting board approval to fill that position, so.
Do I hear a motion to approve the filling of the vacancy?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion? And a second. Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries.
Thank you. And then as far as the regular agenda, the last thing I've got is Resolution 2025-03. So if you want to go ahead and turn over to page 13 in your agenda. I'm just going to cover a couple points in here by paragraph. If you look at the second paragraph there, whereas, what this does, the Board of Directors of the district may by resolution authorize the payment of claims for payroll, the state solid waste management fee imposed by IC 132022-1, and certain specific vendors identified in the resolution without the claims being first approved by the board, if before payment the claims are approved in writing by the chairperson or the board or the chairperson's designee from the membership of the board. The next paragraph, it says that it permits the payment procedure set forth above so long as the claim is reviewed and allowed by the board at the board's next regular or special board meeting. We do have a resolution in place, an older one that was adopted in August of 2009. It was Resolution 2009-01, which allowed the claims for, so this is an updated resolution. If you go down to the bottom where it says number 1 there, so this resolution replaces that older resolution. Number 2, the board would authorize the controller to make claim payments without claims first being approved by the board for the following. So payroll, the state solid waste management fee, claims of those vendors identified in the list of approved vendors attached here to in Exhibit A. So if you want to go ahead and turn to page 15, this is the list that the controller would like to see that we can have approved, or she can make payments to these before the board meeting. And a lot of these are actual utility payments. There's a few that aren't, and I'll just point those out. They're in alphabetical order. If you go to Hoosier Hills Credit Union, that's the credit card that we have through them. You've got IDM, which is any state permits, transfer station permits and such. The Lawrence County Treasurer, that's for our payroll that we reimburse them for. Parker Group is for insurance premiums. And Rumpke, of course, that's our big thing. That's our waste disposal fees and such that we pay monthly. And also the recycling processing that they do for us as well. I'm going to go back to page 13. In improving this, it says, provided, however, the chairperson of the district board of directors or the chairperson's designee from the membership of the board must approve said claims in writing before the claims are approved by the controller. All such claims as approved by this resolution shall be reviewed and allowed by the board of directors at its next regular or special meeting. So I'm just requesting board approval to pass that resolution, and again, it's something we kind of have in place. This is an updated resolution with additional vendors that we changed as well, so.
Is there any truck repair people on your vendor list that need to be added? you have a truck go down or something that needs to be fixed ASAP, is there?
I don't see those in there right now, but in this resolution, we can amend this at any time, so I could get with Edwin if she wants to add some additional ones, we can amend it, so.
Under Lowe's and Verizon, what's the reason for wanting to pay those?
And for Verizon, I guess she was considering that a utility. She usually pays them when they first come in, is that?
Yeah, because otherwise, if you go past a certain date, you tack on a fee. And
Lowe's is a credit account too, so it's, I don't think we actually have a credit card, it's just a 30-day credit account, and I think she tries to pay those all the time, make sure we don't pay any interest or anything.
so we don't incur a fee on that also.
Yeah, because legally, we can't pay late fees.
Right.
So,
I was just curious as to how they fell into place, and I didn't know how to do it. Since you have a charge card, as far as if you like Lowe's, if you use that charge card for that, then you wouldn't have Lowe's longer, and you just use your charge card at Lowe's and make your own payment to your bills.
but then that requires that the card be with whoever's there when they make the purchase.
Yeah. Lowe's, we have designated employees that have all on a list to be able to go and make a purchase, which we go there quite often getting different things. So it's kind of like an account, a 30-day account.
The county's getting ready to pass a similar resolution, and I do have a problem with the wording, but I've been told that my problem is insignificant. But like on page 13, the next to the last item there, it says, provided, however, the chairperson of the board of directors and the chairperson's designee from the membership of the board of directors must approve. And that always bothers me when it says must, but I've been kind of informed that that's the wording as it has to be. So what scares me is somebody goes out and makes a purchase, then it comes back to us as a claim, and we don't like it for whatever reason. The way this ordinance or resolution's written, it says we must approve it. So I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution as presented. Anybody willing to approve the resolution? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve it. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it. Ben's is basically just replacing the existing one.
Yeah, it's adding a couple vendors to it as well, so.
And now this is one thing I guess I should ask before I say that. The way I read this, the paragraph that Rodney read, that is that not saying that Edwin is going to have to talk to the chairperson prior to paying those claims, and then he will approve it, and then it will come back before the whole board? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I only foresee that, this is my personal opinion, that's more or less in an emergency situation.
It's pretty regular that we would pay utilities, before, what I understand. I assume, which Edwin is not here today, but I assume what it might involve is maybe she would submit like a list to you via email and then maybe respond off of that, like say I approve or disapprove or whatever. So I would assume something like that.
It's got to be done in writing.
Yeah, which I'll need to look further into that, but I feel like there's been some districts that were doing it through email where it shows it coming back as an email. We can-
Basically, you'll have to amend this because that's not what it.
That's not what it
said. That's the reason I didn't want to approve it.
It's done in writing, that's what, and the other question, kind of whenever you get into this, is something that's going to happen multiple times? Is it going to be set on a schedule that's only going to happen maybe once a month? Or what time frame are you looking at? You're going to be calling someone that's going to have something signed in writing?
I would think at least once a week, but again, if these are some more details, you know, we can look into that, but I would think at least once a week, because she's paying utilities pretty regularly, isn't she?
Yeah, so when they send the utilities out to us, they're always late getting to us.
A lot of that's due to the postal service.
Yes, it definitely,
Yes.
it's the postal
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
However, then, when she gets them, she only has like a week or something to get them paid. And
Right.
the time we send the payment to them, and it goes through the postal service,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why she
It's-
wants to be able to pay them as soon as she can.
I don't know where this has all come from, but you're doing this, the county's doing it. I'll bet the city has recently or is in the process.
For some time, we have
Yeah,
a certain list of things, and the reason it's done is just for that reason. But the way ours is set up, it's just approved by the clerk treasurer. And then it's, no one else basically approves it, then it goes to the board.
Don, you probably got something similar, Mitchell.
Board of Works meets every 2 weeks, so we don't
Okay.
usually run into
Yeah.
Covers issue like that.
Yeah, that covers the issue.
But I'm thinking somewhere along the line, there's been some problems designated statewide, and somebody's pushing for these resolutions with every government entity, is my guess. So,
Yeah.
but if you want to table it and review the wording, has Brent?
Brent's already reviewed it and approved it.
Okay.
I agree.
My only question being, he's approved it, but would he also approve it if there's some other language in here as far as this
Yeah.
writing, you know,
Okay.
actual signature part of it, that if you approve it by email or whatever, I think that's something that would greatly benefit.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking for you, so I feel like we should address it.
I suspect you do it like a DocuSign type document. You know, you can sign titles and deed property via DocuSign, and that would be the same as
And I
writing.
do it all the time currently with, like, the highway department and things. I'm DocuSign stuff.
Oh, so that you use it through that, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't care to do that, but there's sometimes it might be a day. And then I've also got I got in a situation with NDOT here not too long ago. It took 4 attempts for the DocuSign to accept my signature electronically.
Right.
And it was several days before we got that all ironed out, so it's not always immediate. So it's better to have a poorly worded resolution than it is not to have any at all, in my opinion, because then you have no guidance whatsoever. But if people would prefer to table that and let us review it again for our next meeting, I'm okay with that too, so. If we can have a motion to table.
Well, you got 2 motions on the table now.
Well, I've got a motion, but we could have a motion to table.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to table.
Okay.
I'll second.
And have a second to table, so review it and bring it back to us.
Okay, all right.
I'll take a vote on the motion to
Yeah,
table. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion tabled, bring it back to us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so,
the only thing you're asking to change is this one paragraph about the in writing stuff, is that?
Yeah, I think
Basically, that's
all right, okay. All right, thank you. Okay, if your budget summary at the top, that's a separate document. So we'll grab that. We went through we pretty well went all through this. I just wanted to give you just a summary of just the main key points on this for budgetary purposes. Section A, you'll see the proposed budget is $3,740,651. The 2025 certified budget was $3,863,633. The change here is a reduction of $122,982. Excuse me. Go on to the tax levy. At this point, we don't have a assessed value to determine what the actual levy would be, but our maximum levy is estimated to be $1,872,308. I did note that I did find some numbers recently online, the DLGS website. The 2026 circuit breaker credits, it's saying that those are estimated for us to be $197,100. And those were provided by the Department of Local Government Finance, their estimated property tax credit apportionment worksheet. So just to give you an idea, this year I think it's around 105,000 is what that we had. We've seen as much as 120,000. So their estimated thing at this point is around 197,100. So that'll give you an idea of what, again, these are all estimates at this given point in time, so. The tax rate, section C there, again, right now we're at .0775. We won't know until we know what the assessed value, what that'll end up being, but we generally use, for budget purposes, we advertise 85% of this year's assessed value. That's what we're always told to use, just to be safe. I've heard there's been instances where AVs may have trended down in some counties, and some of them may be trending up. We just don't know at this point. If you print over page 3 in your that summary, I wanted to cover this again because it was brought up the last meeting. The district, do they want to continue to leave in the engineering service for the transfer station building addition of $65,000? Again, that's for looking at doing engineering in next year, but if the board decides to take it any further than that, then maybe looking at budgeting something for doing it in 2027. So I think, I'd like to know if this is something the board wants to table at this point or continue to look at within the budget, so.
Comments?
Is it, the 65,000 is already figured in the 2026 budget?
Yes, yeah. And one thing to keep in mind, let's say we did leave it in there, as we go through this process of seeing what kind of money is going to be coming in, let's say it's lower than what we expected, we don't have to spend it. The board would be the one that has to approve me going before the engineering services and getting that approved. So you could go about it that way as well, so.
I mean, I'm fine with leaving it in there, just in case something would come up unexpected. That money can probably be transferred to other departments if we need it to.
Yeah.
And you already got it figured in the budget, and your budget's lower than what it was for 2025, so I'm good with leaving it in there.
And again, if for some reason we get less money than what we anticipated, we don't have to approve doing it, because I would always come to the board on this type of a contract and ask you to approve it anyway, so.
Okay. Since it's already in there, I don't think we need a motion to, the only thing we need is a motion to approve the entire budget.
Excuse me. Okay. And then if you'll go, excuse me, go ahead and go to your spreadsheet. I'll just go down through it and point out some numbers that I wanted to make the board aware of. If you look at number 2A for the stipend, again, that's for the full-time employees, $500. Part-time employees working at a minimum, I think it's 24 hours, would be $250. This is just proposed at this point. There's no guarantee of it, so I've just got it in there just in case, so. Number 5 and 8, those are the health insurance premiums. I'm showing some increase in that, some adjustments in there. You can see approximately $12,000. If you turn over to page 2, look at item 32, which is public education supplies. That's something that, we haven't really been doing that. We haven't been going and doing the fair booths and such, so we brought that budget down, reduced it by $11,000.
What's the status? For years we had interns. What happened to that?
Well, we were doing it, and then, of course, the COVID came in, and that we shut it down there. We just never brought it back after that. Not to say that we can. I do have, a line item in the budget where we could do a summer internship if we decide to do it. So it is there if we decide to do it, so.
I'm not certain that it's always necessary, but, we have young people going through educational programs to learn how to be involved in solid waste projects, and they need experience sometimes, so I would kind of encourage that if it works for you and there's an individual available, I think internships are a good thing, so.
We've had several over the years, and it's really been good. They, got out and done the public outreach, and we haven't done it for several years, so I agree, it's probably a good thing. They do a lot for us as far as the public outreach and recycling. So it is, again, we do have that within the wages, so.
Okay.
All right, if you'll turn over to page 3 in that spreadsheet. Number 60, that's recycling center facility, repair and maintenance. I've got that reduced by $35,000. That $15,000 I have budgeted for that is to do some repairs to the roof that have been leaking. Number 65, that's the compost processing equipment rental. That's where they come in and do the grinding services for us. You can see I brought that up $5,000. That's based on what we're seeing this year. As far as expenses, everything's going up. So, and to be honest with you, I expected to see it continue to go up. And turn over to page 4. Under 88, transfer station improvements, that's dropping down $30,000. Recycling center improvements at 89, that's a reduction of $45,000. Collection station improvements, that's a reduction of $12,500. And then on your last page, page 5, you're right, on your very far right 2 columns, you've got your 2026 proposed budget of $3,740,651. That's the difference from last year's budget of a reduction of $122,982. And I guess at this point, if the board has more questions, my plan would is to present this to Upload and Gateway for advertising at that amount, and would be going to the council for a couple meetings as well, so to get a public hearing and approval as well. So if it's, I guess at this meeting, I'd ask the board if you're okay with what you're seeing here, that maybe make a motion to approve this budget. You're not actually approving the budget, you're approving what we're submitting to the council, to be considered.
Any comments?
I think on that, the budget adoption, I talked to Martha yesterday, and what we're gonna do on that actual budget adoption is October 7th.
Yeah, that's the dates.
October 7th?
October 7th.
Yes, so
The adoption date.
the updated, that is in your main agenda. I didn't get that date in there. I think I've got October 2nd, so we'll need to update that to October 7th, and that's on page 10 of your agenda. And then the public hearing date, I haven't got that date yet, so I'll have that from Martha, hope. Yeah. So we'll have to make sure that's correct as well, so.
All right. Anything else?
No, just request a motion, if we could, to get the board to, if you want to approve this, that I'll be submitting this to the council for consideration for the 2026 budget.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the proposed budget summary?
I'll make a motion to approve. Good job on cutting that.
Thank you.
that much.
Yeah, I have a motion to... Second. And we're at the second. Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And the motion motion carries.
Who seconded? Was it you all? Thank you.
Wally. Okay. Old business, any items to discuss there? New business? Public comment period. Mr. Smith, you need to comment for anything?
I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, thank you. Hearing none, I will consider us to be adjourned. And while we are adjourned, meeting's over, is DocuSign a legal, can that be considered a legal approval?
Yes, in some instances it can be.
Okay, that was a question.
I'm always careful with DocuSign documents because, for example, with the aviation commissioners, they're constantly doing something and I'm getting emails that I didn't know were coming. I won't sign those until someone confirms that it's a legitimate contract. But yes, Indiana now recognizes electronic signatures.
Thank you for your free legal advice, Mr. Smith. Okay, see you all whenever our next meeting is.
Again in a few weeks.
To what? Yeah, we get round two here in a few minutes, yeah. Did you get the signature? You got it? Okay.
I've not been told this yet. Anyway, back to